welcome to all here in the session of mathematics. In this episode, we will discuss what is the cube root of unity. Suppose you have to ask what is the cube root of unity, that means this one. What is the cube root of unity? Unity means 1. So your answer would be 1. But cube root of unity is an cubic equation. That means you can write likewise. That is x cube minus 1 is equal to 0. So এটা cubic equation माने कौन बुझी परछो यार घातांक केते 3. So x ର value केतेटा भारिया कथा 3टा भारिया कथा because when x square minus 1 is equal to 0 quadratic equation, then what is the value of x? X square is equal to 1 and x is equal to plus minus 1, isn't it? That means there are two values for x. The value of x or the number of values of x is equal to plus 1 and minus 1. Since this one is quadratic equation, degree is 2 means x value should be 2. That means two values are there for x. Here cubic equation means there are 3 values for x. So what are the other 2 values? So let us try to find. So x cube minus 1 can be written as likewise can be factorized x minus 1 whole into x square plus x plus 1 is equal to 0, isn't it? So that is nothing but the x minus 1 is equal to 0, or you can say x square plus x plus 1 is equal to 0, or in other words this one is x is equal to 1, and from this here a is equal to 1, b is equal to 1, c is equal to 1. This one is one of the quadratic equation, so you can find with the help of the root of the quadratic equation, isn't it? That is nothing but the minus b plus minus b square minus 4ac root over by 2a. So this is nothing but the minus b means minus 1 plus minus b square means 1 square is 1 minus 4ac means 4 into 1 into 1 root over of that whole divided by 2a means 2 into 1. So this is nothing but the minus 1 plus minus 1 minus 4 means minus 3 root over minus 3 root over by 2a means 2. So therefore that implies x is equal to 1 is minus 1 plus root 3i by 2, and another one is minus 1 minus root 3i by 2. I means iota. Here root over of minus 3 means here I square is minus 1, I square root over is I, so therefore root 3i. So the value of x are, first one is 1, already we have found that one is 1, and next 2 is 1 is real root, another 2 is minus 1 plus root 3i by 2, another one is minus 1 minus root 3i by 2, isn't it? This one is real cube root, and these two are imaginary cube root of unity. Okay, you can write imaginary cube root. So cube root of unity is, so when you have asked now what is the cube root of unity, cube root of unity is first one is 1, second one is minus 1 plus root 3i by 2, and third one is minus 1 minus root 3i by 2. Okay, so there are 3 cube roots of unity. One is real and another 2 are imaginary cube root of unity. One is minus 1 plus root 3i by 2, another one is minus 1 minus root 3i by 2. Okay, so and this one is noted by omega and omega square. You can write here one note. Let minus 1 plus root 3i by 2 be noted by omega. That is, this is the symbol of omega. you can write and read as omega. So if you will note this one as omega, then now we'll take the properties, some properties about the cube root of unity. First property says that sum of the three cube roots of unity, three cube roots of unity is 0, of unity is 0. This is the first properties. The three cube roots of unity are the three cube roots of unity are 1 minus 1 plus root 3i by 2 and minus 1 minus root 3i by 2. Now sum of these three cube roots of unity are, so sum of the three cube roots of unity is equal to 1 plus minus 1 plus root 3i by 2 plus minus 1 minus root 3i by 2. Your LCM should be 2, that is 2 plus minus 1 plus root 3i plus minus 1 minus root 3i. Here plus root 3i minus root 3i cancel. Now we have left with 2 minus 1 minus 1 minus 2. So 2 minus 2 by 2, that is nothing but the 0 by 2, which is equal to 0. So we'll get sum of the three cube roots of unity is equal to 0. Okay. Now we'll take the second properties. Each imaginary cube root of unity is the square of other. So this one is the special case. Each imaginary cube root of unity is the square of other. So now I will take the proof. There are two imaginary cube root of unity. So the two imaginary cube root of unity are one is minus 1 plus root 3i by 2, another one is minus 1 minus root 3i by 2, isn't it? So we'll take square of each one. Suppose first one is this one, minus 1 plus root 3i by 2 square, whole square. We are taking whole square of this. That means what is the square you see? That is minus 1 plus root 3i whole square by 2 square is 4. Minus 1 square plus root 3i square plus 2 into ab, that is minus 1 into root 3i, 2ab, 4. So that is nothing but the minus 1 square is 1 plus root 3 square is 3 I square, 2 into minus 1 is minus 2 root 3 I. Okay, so divided by 4. So 1 minus 3, that is nothing but the 1 minus 3 minus 2 root 3i divided by 4, or in other words this is nothing but the minus 2 root 3i divided by 4. 1 minus 3 is minus 2 and minus 2 root 3i, taking 2 as common. So minus 1 minus root 3i by 4, cancelling here. So this is nothing but the minus 1 minus root 3i by 2. This one is another cube root of unity, you see. Minus 1 minus root 3i by 2. We have taken minus 1 plus root 3i by 2 whole square. Just we have found whole square is another cube root of unity. That means if we will take this one is omega, so omega square is this one. So if omega is equal to minus 1 plus root 3i by 2, then omega square, that means square of this, is equal to how much? Another cube root of unity, that is imaginary cube root of unity. Another imaginary cube root of unity, that is minus 1 minus root 3i by 2. Hence, the three cube roots of unity, the three cube roots of unity are, one is 1, another one is omega, another one is omega square. Okay, so omega is where omega is equal to minus 1 plus root 3i by 2 and omega square is minus 1 minus root 3i by 2. Okay, all of you keep it in your memory that 1 is the cube root of unity, that is real, and another two are imaginary cube root of unity, and the imaginary cube root of unity are denoted by one is omega, another one is omega square. Now we'll take the third properties. Product of two imaginary cube root of unity, imaginary cube root of unity is equal to 1. Unity is 1. First you will write the two imaginary cube root of unity are, imaginary cube root of unity are, first one is omega, another one is omega square, that is omega is equal to minus 1 plus root 3i by 2. This one is omega, and omega square is equal to how much? Minus 1 minus root 3i by 2. So now their product, the product is equal to, that is omega into omega square, so which is equal to minus 1 plus root 3i by 2 into minus 1 minus root 3i by 2. Okay, so this one a plus b whole into a minus b, and denominator is 2 into 2 4, that is a plus b whole into a minus b is a square minus b square by 2 into 2 is 4, that is nothing but minus 1 square is 1 minus 3i square by 4. Okay, so this is nothing but the 1 minus 3i square is minus 1 minus 3, so plus 3 by 4, 4 by 4 is equal to 1. Okay, so omega cube, omega into omega square is equal to omega cube. From this we conclude that omega cube is equal to 1. You can write in the notes, that is x cube minus 1 is equal to 0. If x cube minus 1 is equal to 0, then x is equal to 1 omega square, isn't it? And 1 plus omega square is equal to 0. That implies 1 plus omega is equal to how much? Minus omega square. And 1 plus omega square is equal to how much? Minus omega. And also omega plus omega square is equal to how much? Minus 1. So these three are results from this first one, 1 plus omega square is equal to 0, isn't it? Another one is what? Omega cube is equal to 1. So with the help of these two properties or these three properties, you can find or you can do any problem. This one is the first note and this one is the second note. Now we'll take the third note, that is omega cube is equal to 1 means omega to the 4th is equal to, can be written as omega cube into omega, that is 1 into omega, that is nothing but the omega. So omega to the power 5 is equal to how much? Omega cube into omega square, that is 1 into omega square, that is omega square. Just like iota, you can find the power or integral power of omega. Omega to the power 6 how much? Omega cube square, isn't it? That is omega cube is 1 square is 1. So from this we conclude that omega cube is equal to 1, omega to the power 6 is equal to 1, hence omega to the power 3n is equal to 1. iota रे कौन पाइथिलो I to power 4n is equal to 1. From the here we conclude that omega to power 3n is equal to 1. I to power 4n is equal to 1. Here omega to power 3n is equal to 1. So omega to power 3n plus 1 thile kon hobo, that is omega to power 3n into omega to power 1. Omega to power 3n, just we have found this is 1. So 1 into omega, that is nothing but the omega. Again omega to power 3n plus 2. 3n plus 2 is equal to how much? Omega to the power 3n into omega square, that is 1 into omega square, so nothing but omega square. Suppose you have to ask omega to the power 28 is equal to how much? So 28 को 3 रे डिवाइड कर दो, 3 रे डिवाइड करले केतला 3 9 जो 27, we have left with 1, so omega to the power 1, that is omega. So iota रे 4 रे डिवाइड करथिलो, omega रो पावर को 3 रे डिवाइड करियो. Suppose you have to ask omega to the power 100 is equal to how much? So 3 रे divide करले 99 हला, so omega. So omega to the power 102 is equal to how much? यदि 3 रे divisible है जीवो ताले 1 होगा, ताले 2 1 2 plus 1 केते 3. आमे जान छु 3 द्वारा divisible आमे केम जानिया, सब डिजिट गुडा को ऐड कर दबा, ऐड कर देले जदि 3 रे divisible, so total टा 3 रे divisible, so 2 plus 1 3, 3 रे divisible, so this is 1. Because 102 is divisible by 3. Divisible by 3 है हमें वर्तमान जानी चाहिए omega to power 3n is equal to 1. So omega to power 102 is equal to 1. Suppose omega to power 10, omega to power 11. Suppose you will take omega to power 11. So omega to power 11 is 3 रे divide करो, omega to power 11 है 3 रे divide कला 3 3 जे 9 2 बोला, so omega to power 2. Okay, so etc. you can write. Now we'll take the fourth point, that is the complex root or the imaginary root. Imaginary cube root, imaginary cube root of unity is conjugate to each other, isn't it? They are conjugate to each other. Conjugate to each other. Conjugate man जानी चाहिए, conjugate to each other. Conjugate to each other means if omega is equal to -1 plus root 3i by 2, that means what? Omega is equal to -1 by 2 plus root 3 by 2i, isn't it? So conjugate of this omega bar z थिले z bar में लिखो. So conjugate थिले imaginary part रे only minus sign multiply करियो, that is -1 by 2 minus root 3 by 2i, or in other words that is -1 minus root 3i by 2, which is equal to omega square, isn't it? So omega रो conjugate किए हला omega square, सेमते omega square रो conjugate किए हबो omega, omega square conjugate is also omega. Okay, now we'll take the fifth note. The modulus of two imaginary cube root of unity are equal or are same, you can write. Okay, that is modulus. If you take omega, modulus of omega, that is -1 by 2 plus root 3i by 2 whole modulus. This is nothing but the real part ro square, -1 by 2 square plus root 3 by 2 ro square ro root over, isn't it? So that is nothing but the 1 by 4 and 3 by 4 ro root over. So that is nothing but the 3 plus 1 4 by 4 root over, that is 1. Also if you will find the modulus of omega square is equal to 1, you will do yourself. Okay, you will test. So modulus of omega as well as omega square, they are same, that is equal to 1. Okay, suppose you have to prove that 1 plus omega square whole to the power 4 is equal to omega. You have to prove. Now you can prove yourself, very simple one. You see LHS LHS is equal to 1 plus omega square whole to the power 4, that is nothing. We have found 1 plus omega square is equal to how much? 0. So 1 plus omega square is equal to how much? Minus omega. From using this result, you can find 1 plus omega square is minus omega whole to the power 4. So minus to the power 4th is plus and omega to the power 4th. Again omega to the power 4th mean 3 रे divide करियो, 3 रे divide करले remainder is 1. So omega to the power 1 which is equal to omega which is equal to RHS. Proved. You have to prove 1 minus omega plus omega square whole into 1 plus omega minus omega square is equal to 4. That means their multiplication is equal to 4. So we see the proof. LHS is equal to how much? That is 1 minus omega plus omega square whole into 1 plus omega minus omega square. सब मन रख 1 प्लस को खोज 1 प्लस ओमेगा स्क्वायर काटी आनिबो 1 प्लस ओमेगा स्क्वायर माइनस ओमेगा सब 1 प्लस टाको आनिबो 1 प्लस ओमेगा ऑलरेडी एठी अछि माइनस ओमेगा स्क्वायर माइनस टाको पाखो आनिबोनी 1 प्लस तो 1 प्लस आनले हमर फार्मूला अनुसार 1 प्लस ओमेगा स्क्वायर इज माइनस ओमेगा and 1 plus omega square is minus omega. Okay, so here we have केते अछि देखो here we have 1 plus omega square that is minus omega minus omega. Here 1 plus omega that is minus omega square minus omega square. Okay, minus omega is minus 2 omega whole into minus omega square is minus 2 omega square. Minus 2 into minus 2 that is 4 omega into omega square is omega cube. So omega cube is equal to 1. 4 into 1 is equal to 4. Proved, which is equal to RHS. Example 3, that is read the question. 1 minus omega plus omega square 1 minus omega square plus omega fourth 1 minus omega fourth plus omega 2 by 8 dot 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 means likewise goes on up to 2n factors. ता माने एई भलिया 2n factors अछि तार result केता हो 2 to the power 2n. So now I'll prove. We'll take the LHS first, that is 1 minus omega plus omega square whole into 1 minus omega square plus omega fourth whole into 1 minus omega fourth plus omega 2 by 8 dot 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 up to how much na 2n factors तमाने इभले 2n अछि. So first term टा कोन अछि देखो first term टा as it is लेखो 1 minus omega plus omega square. Second term टा कोन अछि देखिलो 1 minus omega square plus omega रो fourth ता माने कोन अछि यार रो स्क्वायर अछि एठी omega square omega fourth अछि. थर्ड टर्म टा कोन अछि 1 minus पुनी यार रो स्क्वायर अछि omega square केते omega fourth plus omega 2 by 8 ताले फोर्थ टर्म टा निश्चित एई बळी लिखले कोन हेतिबो 1 minus omega 2 by 8 plus omega 2 by 16 थिबो निश्चय दि डॉट 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 केते पंत ठीक केते पंत अछि 2n factors. ओके काहे कि चारटा टर्म लिखली ना कारण दीदीटा टर्म सेम आंसर भारिबो. देखो फर्स्ट टर्म टा कोन अछि 1 minus omega plus omega square. सेकंड टर्म टा 1 minus omega square plus omega, isn't it? ना बुझ पाइलनी ओमेगा फोर्थ मींस केते 3 रे डिवाइड कर दबो ओमेगा. सो 1 माइनस ओमेगा फोर्थ 3 रे डिवाइड करियो 3 रे डिवाइड करले रिमाइंडर केते 1. सो ओमेगा टू द पावर 1 रहियो माने ओमेगा प्लस 8 टा को 3 रे डिवाइड करो केते ला रिमाइंडर केते ला 2. सो ओमेगा स्क्वायर सेंति लाइकवाइज 1 माइनस 8 टा को 3 रे डिवाइड करो रिमाइंडर हला 2 तो पावर रे 2 लिखियो. 16 को 3 रे डिवाइड करो ओमेगा टू द 1 काहे कारण ओमेगा टू 3n आम जानी 1 कारण 3 रे डिवाइड करले जेति रहला सेटा 1 हो आ जहा रहला रिमाइंडर खाली पावर रहबो अप टू हाउ मच प्लस ओमेगा स्क्वायर माइनस ओमेगा टिके अरेंज कर दियो. लाइकवाइज 1 प्लस ओमेगा माइनस ओमेगा स्क्वायर प्लस गुडा पाखा पाखु नै आसे 1 प्लस ओमेगा स्क्वायर माइनस ओमेगा. लाइकवाइज दिस वन इज 1 प्लस ओमेगा माइनस ओमेगा स्क्वायर डॉट 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 हाउ मच अप टू 2n factors. So 1 plus omega square, all of you know that minus omega. 1 plus omega is minus omega square. Minus omega square is already there. This one is minus omega square and minus omega square. and 1 plus omega square is how much? Minus omega, minus omega. Here 1 plus omega kate? Minus omega square up to dot 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 how much? Up to 2n factors. Okay, so this is nothing but the minus 2 omega into minus 2 omega square into minus 2 omega into minus 2 omega square up to एमती कतेटा अच्छी up to 2n factors. So देखिल चारिटारू आम दीटा माइनस 2 ओमेगा पाइचु तो माइनस 2 ओमेगा इंटू माइनस 2 ओमेगा एमती केतेटा पाइबु n फैक्टर्स पाइबु एठी टिके माइनसली मार्क करो तुम कहला सर चारिटा टर्म रे आम माइनस 2 ओमेगा केइटा पाइचु दीटा तार अधा ताले आमर केतेटा फैक्टर अछि 2n टा फैक्टर तेनु तार अधा केते n 2n रो अधा केते 2n/2 ताले n फैक्टर्स केतेटा पाइबु कोन पाइबु n फैक्टर्स ना माइनस 2 ओमेगा माइनस 2 एमि केतेटा पाइबु n फैक्टर्स सेमती आउ दीटा देखो माइनस 2 ओमेगा स्क्वायर सेमती माइनस 2 ओमेगा स्क्वायर इंटू माइनस 2 ओमेगा स्क्वायर एमती केतेटा पाइबु तार अधाटा n टा फैक्टर्स ता माने जेतिटा अछि टोटल तार अधा पोर्शन पाइबु माइनस 2 ओमेगा अधा पोर्शन पाइबु माइनस 2 ओमेगा स्क्वायर. सो माइनस 2 ओमेगा केतेटा अछि n टा फैक्टर सो माइनस 2 ओमेगा होल टू द पावर n इंटू माइनस 2 ओमेगा स्क्वायर होल टू द पावर n ताले माइनस 2 ओमेगा इंटू माइनस 2 ओमेगा स्क्वायर माइनस 2 ओमेगा इंटू माइनस 2 ओमेगा स्क्वायर होल टू द पावर टोटल होल टू द पावर n हला ना. अच्छा माइनस 2 इंटू माइनस 2 हाउ मच दैट इज 4 इंटू ओमेगा स्क्वायर है ओमेगा क्यूब एटार होल टू पावर n 4 टा केते पुणी 2 रो स्क्वायर इंटू ओमेगा क्यूब इज 1 रो होल टू पावर केते n दैट इज नथिंग बट द 2 टू द पावर 2n व्हिच इज इक्वल टू RHS प्रूफ करिया देथिले वेरी इंपोर्टेंट प्रूफ. सो कीप इट इन योर मेमोरी आउ थरे कहि दउची तुमको देखि दियो जहा देइथिला क्वेश्चन देथिला 1 माइनस ओमेगा प्लस ओमेगा स्क्वायर 1 माइनस ओमेगा स्क्वायर प्लस ओमेगा 4 1 माइनस ओमेगा 4 प्लस ओमेगा टू पावर 8 अप टू 2n फैक्टर्स दैट मीन्स एई भली केतेटा अछि 2n टा अछि इज इक्वल टू 2 टू पावर 2n प्रूफ करे. सो LHS इज इक्वल टू जहा अछि एज इट इज लिखि देलो 1 माइनस ओमेगा प्लस ओमेगा स्क्वायर 1 माइनस ओमेगा स्क्वायर प्लस ओमेगा टू पावर 4 1 माइनस ओमेगा टू पावर 4 प्लस ओमेगा टू पावर 8 डॉट 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 2n फैक्टर्स. तो आकु ही देखि कि फॉलो करी कि 4 टर्म टा लिखि दियो चारटा टर्म लिखले एटलीस्ट हाफ ऑफ द टर्म केते रहउची हम जानि परिबा. सो 4 टर्म टा देखो 1 माइनस ओमेगा स्क्वायर अछि माने एटा 1 माइनस ओमेगा स्क्वायर ओमेगा 4 त माने एठी जहा अछि तारो स्क्वायर होछि एठी ओमेगा स्क्वायर अछि ओमेगा स्क्वायर थिले ओमेगा 4 थिले ओमेगा 8 तापरटा कोन हबो 1 sin सब सेम रहउची 1 माइनस ओमेगा 4 रो स्क्वायर केते ओमेगा 8 देखो लिखाला प्लस ओमेगा टू पावर 8 रो स्क्वायर केते ओमेगा टू पावर 16 तेनु 4 टर्म टा याला आउरी लिखिले चलिबो किंतु लिखिबा दरकार नै सेम टाइप रो सब गुडाबो एई चारटा टर्म रो हमें पाइ जिबा गोटे सिमिलर पैटर्न पाइबा. देखो 1 माइनस ओमेगा प्लस ओमेगा स्क्वायर एज इट इज रहिछि ओमेगा टू पावर 4 3 रो पावर टू अधिका जोटा ओमेगा रुए ताकू 3 द्वारा डिवाइड करी कि ता रिमाइंडर पावर लेखा जे. सो 4th रहिछि माने ओमेगा टू पावर 4 इज ओमेगा टू पावर 1 काहे कि 4 टाकू 3 रे डिवाइड कर देले 3 1 जे 3 रिमाइंडर माने भागशेष इज 1. So that's why omega to power 1 minus omega to power 4 इटी भी सेमती ओमेगा आसला ओमेगा टू पावर 8 3 रे डिवाइड करले 3 2 जे 6 रिमाइंडर इज 2 सो ओमेगा स्क्वायर एटा भी सेमती ओमेगा स्क्वायर एटा ओमेगा टू पावर 1 3 रे डिवाइड करले 1 पड़ला. सो अप टू 2n फैक्टर्स लिखि चललो. तापर देखो 1 प्लस ओमेगा स्क्वायर नै आसे पाखु कारण 1 प्लस जोटी थी ओमेगा स्क्वायर तारी बदल रे हमें लिखि परिबा माइनस ओमेगा 1 प्लस ओमेगा थिले माइनस ओमेगा स्क्वायर. Why? Since 1 plus omega square is equal to 0 properties prove करछो तो सेटा को सब बळे यूज करिवो ए प्रॉब्लम रे सबुटी यूज हो. सो 1 plus omega square is minus omega 1 plus omega is minus omega square 1 plus omega square is minus omega 1 plus omega is minus omega square as it is minus जो उडा थिला सेगुडा as it is रहिछ. सो फ्रॉम दिस minus omega minus 2 omega minus omega square minus 2 omega square minus 2 omega square minus omega minus 2 omega माइनस ओमेगा स्क्वायर माइनस 2 ओमेगा स्क्वायर एमती केतेटा अछि 2n फैक्टर्स. सो देयरफॉर याको आधा आधा कर दियो माइनस 2 ओमेगा फर्स्ट टर्म थर्ड टर्म टा देखो माइनस 2 ओमेगा सेमती फिफ्थ टर्म टा माइनस 2 ओमेगा सेमती सेवेंथ टर्म टा माइनस 2 ओमेगा तामाने टोटाल फैक्टर जेतिकिटा अछि तार अधा फैक्टर रही माइनस 2 ओमेगा सो माइनस 2 ओमेगा एमती डट 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 केतेटा फैक्टर 2n रो हाफ इज n फैक्टर्स so therefore from this again minus 2 omega square dot 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 up to n factors because half of the factors is minus 2 omega and half of the factors is minus 2 omega square. Okay, so minus 2 omega into minus 2 omega up to n factors are there, so minus 2 omega whole to by n. Also likewise minus 2 omega square up to n factors, so minus 2 omega square, so minus 2 omega square whole to the n. So power is same, so therefore there should be multiplied, so minus 2 omega into minus 2 omega square whole to the power n. So minus 2 into minus 2, that is 4 omega into omega square is omega cube, so omega cube is equal to 1, 4 is 2 square whole to the power n, 2 to the power 2n. You read the question example 4. Prove that a plus b plus c whole into a plus b omega plus c omega square whole into a plus b omega square plus c omega is equal to a cube plus b cube plus c cube minus 3abc. All of you know that a cube plus b cube plus c cube minus 3abc is equal to a plus b plus c whole into a square plus b square plus c square minus ab minus bc minus ca. So you can write here LHS. What is the LHS given? That is a plus b plus c whole into a plus b omega plus c omega square whole into a plus b omega square plus c omega. Already we know that a cube plus b cube plus c cube, a cube plus b cube plus c cube minus 3abc is nothing but the a plus b plus c whole into a square plus b square plus c square minus ab minus bc minus ca, isn't it? So already we know this formula, so we have to find keeping this one as it is, a plus b plus c same as this one. Why? Since a plus b plus c would be there, you have to multiply. Now we have to multiply these two to get this one. Okay, now simple multiplication, you will take a into a, that is a square plus ab omega square. A should be multiplied total with a plus b omega square plus c omega. So a square and a into b omega square, that is a b omega square, a into c omega, that is a c omega, simple multiplication, plus b omega into total, so b a b omega b square omega cube plus bc omega square. Again c omega square should be multiplied with total, that is sc omega square plus bc omega fourth plus c square omega cube. Okay, whole total into this one. So this is nothing but the a plus b plus c whole into a square, keep it as same. Here from this b square omega cube means omega cube is 1, so therefore b square. Again c square omega cube means that one is c square. Now ab omega square, another ab omega square, ab omega is there. Ab omega square plus ab omega, taking ab as common, omega square plus omega. Okay. Now bc, we will take bc omega square, bc omega fourth, taking bc as common, omega square plus omega fourth is omega. Again taking sc you see, sc is omega and sc omega square, so sc common, omega plus omega square. Okay, now this is nothing but the a plus b plus c whole into a square plus b square plus c square, omega plus omega square is minus 1, so minus ab, omega plus omega square is minus 1, then minus bc and minus ca. Okay, so this is nothing but the your 8th class formula, that is a cube plus b cube plus c cube minus 3abc, which is equal to your RHS hence proved. So likewise you will do all the problems involved with cube root of unity. So that's all for the today's session. In the next session we will take square root of the complex number. Until then, goodbye. Thank you.